evening. Accept no one's definition of your life. Define yourself. Welcome to BMC English News Live. Myself, Marina Francis, joining you with the news updates. Today's headlines. Bahrain to activate 4-day orange alert level from today. Bahrain's daily positivity rate is at 0.57%. Saudi citizens allowed to travel abroad after taking second dose vaccination. Pilgrims flock to holy site of Mount Arafah. Smart robots sterilize and distribute Zamzam water at Makkah Grand Mosque. France lifts travel restrictions on Bahrain passengers. News in detail. Bahrain to activate 4-day orange alert level from today. Bahrain authorities have reminded everyone to never put their guard down when it comes to the coronavirus. This comes as the kingdom moves in the higher orange alert level during the Arafah and Eid al-Adha holidays starting today until Thursday, 22nd July. The 3-day green alert level, which started on Friday, came to an end yesterday. It witnessed the loosening of restrictions and permitted the hosting of private gatherings at homes and external conferences for both vaccinated and non-vaccinated individuals. But for the orange alert level, it would mean imposing new enhanced restrictions in the interest of public health and safety while people are conducting social activities during Eid al-Adha. Free medical care for women has been launched by a group in association with a private hospital. Her Health by Women Across was inaugurated by MP Sosan Kamal at Shifa Al Jazeera Medical Center in Manama in the presence of guest of honor, Salmania Medical Complex Accident and Emergency Chief Resident Dr. P.V. Cherian. Mr. Francis Kaidarat, Chief Financial Officer of Bahrain Pharmacy, and Dr. Shamnath Majid, Medical Administrator, Shifa Al Jazeera Medical Center, also took part in the event. Under the project, needy and underprivileged women will be offered free medical care vouchers by the medical center. The package includes routine blood sugar, cholesterol, uric acid, urine, creatine and ultrasound tests, as well as physical, gynecology, ENT, ophthalmology and dental consultations. At the launch, Dr. Kamal handed over the vouchers to Women Across representatives Sumitra Praveen, Vidya Srikumar and Anupama Binu. For further details or to support the program, call 3906-2720 or 3215-0833. Gulf Air operates 80% of pre-pandemic destinations. Gulf Air, Bahrain's national carrier, begins the summer season with 80% of its pre-pandemic destinations as it continues to resume operations and restore services to cities of its original 2019 destination network. The airline has also announced that it has successfully launched all of its seasonal destinations for the summer of 2021. We at Gulf Air are very excited and proud to restore 80% of our 2019 destinations network amidst the restrictions and continuous updates from each and every destination we fly to. Gulf Air's Acting Chief Executive Officer, Captain Walid Al-Alawi said. The national carrier of the Kingdom of Bahrain never stopped flying during the peak of the pandemic, making it one of the most experienced and safest airlines to fly during these times, and today we are growing closer to our full network. We are working on frequencies and connectivity to offer more choices and more convenience to our passengers, and we are confident that the months ahead will feature more milestones and success stories to tell, he added. Recently, Gulf Air has announced the launch of point-to-point flights beyond its Bahrain International Airport hub, allowing the airline to expand its operations to new destinations as well as extending passenger services to new markets. In May, the airline announced that all its flights would be operated by 100% vaccinated crew, including pilots and flight attendants. The airline has started its internal vaccination campaign for its operating crew and frontline staff since December 2020 and is proud to be one of the first airlines in the world to be able to provide peace of mind to all passengers flying to any destination of its growing network. Gulf Air has also announced offering complimentary COVID-19 travel insurance coverage to all ticket holders, including health and quarantine expenses in the unexpected circumstances of being diagnosed or contracting COVID-19 during passengers' journeys. His Majesty King Hamad pardoned 32 inmates. His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa issued a royal decree pardoning and releasing 32 inmates who had been convicted in various court cases and served part of their jail terms. The kind royal gesture making Eid al-Adha reflects His Majesty the King's keenness to provide the pardoned inmates with the opportunity to reintegrate into society and participate in the kingdom's development march. Bahrain insurance companies set to handle minor traffic incidents. Minor traffic accidents involving all types of vehicles will now be handled by insurance companies starting on 25th July. However, the processing shall only be done if both sides reach an agreement, commits no major traffic violations, and one of them admits his mistake. The move is in line with an order by Interior Minister General Sheikh Rashid bin Abdullah Al Khalifa to assign the insurance agreement terms in agreed upon damages to insurance companies' representatives. The General Directorate would supervise the process to protect the rights of all parties. The Director General of Traffic, Brigadier Sheikh Abdul Rahman bin Abdul Wahab Al Khalifa, asserted the dedication of the Interior Minister to adopt initiatives to promote the security and safety of all road users and cooperation with the private sector. He valued the Bahrain Insurance Association cooperation in providing remarkable and fast services to the public. Temperature in Bahrain may rise 10 degrees Celsius by 2050. The average temperature in Bahrain could go up by more than 10 degrees Celsius by 2050, according to an expert. This prediction is based on an assessment of the trend from 1950 to 2020 and the fact that the average temperature in the country has been rising since 2014. Meanwhile, we find rain relief for some in Bahrain. Parts of Bahrain were deluged by a sudden rainstorm yesterday as other areas basked in sizzling summer sunshine and sweaty humidity, which is normal for July. His Majesty the King appoints 2 EVA Deputy Chief Executives. His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa yesterday issued a royal decree appointing Engineer Ali Nemat Ali Abdul Rahim as Deputy Chief Executive Officer for Distribution and Customer Services and Ali Ashur Ali Abdul Latif as Deputy Chief Executive Officer for Resources and Services, both at the Electricity and Water Authority EVA. Also, His Royal Highness Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, the Crown Prince and Prime Minister, yesterday issued Edict 39 of 2021 appointing the directors at Electricity and Water Affairs Authority, EVA. The Electricity and Water Affairs Minister shall implement the provisions of this decree, which takes immediate effect and will be published in the official gazette. Bahrain's daily positivity rate has reduced to 0.57%. Out of 14,966 COVID-19 tests carried out yesterday in Bahrain, 86 new cases have been detected among 50 expatriate workers, 30 new cases, contacts of active cases, and 6 travel-related. There were 117 recoveries from COVID-19 and no deaths due to COVID-19 was recorded in Bahrain yesterday. Now, we shall be back after a very short break.
All your favorite products under one roof in Bahrain at 27-year-old Megamart and Macromart. Bakery, fresh meat and fish, fruits and vegetables, sweets and snacks, ready-to-eat foods, dairy products, grocery or consumer goods. To have a wonderful shopping experience, please visit your nearest Megamart Macromart branch. Megamart and Macromart, full of goodness.
Every piece of jewelry tells a story. Its raw beauty speaks of its natural origins. The brilliant design speaks of unparalleled craftsmanship. Its elegance evokes the passion and energy of those who wear it. At Al Siraj Jewelry, our story, our pride.
Welcome back. Saudi citizens allowed to travel abroad after taking second dose vaccination. An official source at the Ministry of Interior announced today that receiving the second dose of the COVID-19 vaccine is a condition for Saudi citizens to travel abroad. The decision will come into force from 9th August 2021. The source stated that this decision is based on preventive and precautionary measures recommended by the Ministry of Health and within the sustained efforts to control the outbreak of the novel coronavirus. It also comes in light of the spread of new variants of the virus, the low effectiveness of a single dose of the vaccine against those new variants, and based on studies and scientific research which show that receiving 2 doses will protect against complications of the virus variants. The ministry's statement excluded the following categories from the decision. First, children under the age of 12 who will be required to obtain a valid health insurance policy approved by the Saudi Central Bank to cover the risks of COVID-19. Second, individuals who recovered from the coronavirus provided that they have spent less than 6 months from being infected with the virus. Third, those who recovered from the virus and received 1 dose of the vaccine. Pilgrims flock to the holy site of Mount Arafah. Pilgrims began on Monday morning flocking to Arafah holy site in peace and tranquility. Pilgrims are accompanied by a direct security follow-up carried out by the personnel of the various security sectors to organize the movement in addition to guiding pilgrims and ensuring their safety. Different government sectors taking part in the service of pilgrims have provided all medical, emergency and catering services in Arafah site for pilgrims. The Saudi press agency monitored the smooth ascending of pilgrims from Mina to Arafah. Pilgrims will perform shortened Dhuhr, the noon and Asr afternoon combined prayers at and around Namira Mosque on Arafah day as per the prophetic Sunnah. In the same evening, they will perform shortened and delayed Maghrib and Isha prayers when they go down Muzdalifah valley following the end of Arafah day. Smart robots sterilize and distribute Zamzam water at Makkah Grand Mosque. The General Presidency for the Affairs of the Grand Holy Mosque and the Prophet's Holy Mosque has harnessed technology to serve pilgrims and visitors of the two holy mosques. The Environmental Protection and Epidemic Control Department at the General Presidency supported the intensified disinfection operations at the Grand Holy Mosque and its courtyards through providing robots. The robots use a control system that is programmed on a pre-installed map with 6 levels that contribute to protecting the environment and analyzing sterilization requirements according to various usage scenarios and course of sterilization. Director of Technical and Service Affairs Naif Al-Jahdali said that the robots which received SLAM patent can work between 5 and 8 hours without any human intervention and have a capacity of 23.8 liters of sterilizers with a consumption rate of 2 liters per hour to eliminate bacteria in an area of 600 square meters. There are also robots that distribute bottles of Zamzam water. During a tour of approximately 10 minutes, the robot distributes 30 bottles of Zamzam water and can work up to 8 hours without any human intervention. OPEC and partners reach an agreement on higher production. The oil cartel OPEC and its partner countries, collectively called OPEC Plus, have agreed on a significant increase in oil production in view of the recovery of the global economy. Starting in August, the Oil Alliance will increase its daily production by 400,000 barrels per month, the members announced on Sunday after an online ministerial meeting. Iran 5.7 magnitude earthquake felt in Kuwait. A 5.7 magnitude earthquake that occurred in southwest Iran in the Fars province was felt by Kuwait, said the Kuwait National Seismic Network on Sunday. The earthquake, which centered around the town of Kesht in Iran, was felt at 5:34 p.m. yesterday in Kuwait, 310 km away at a depth of 10 km. It was especially felt by residents and people in high-rise buildings and coastal areas. France travel restrictions on Bahrain passengers lifted. France has lifted travel restrictions on Bahrain, an official source at the Embassy of France in the kingdom confirmed to Al Ayam. France made the decision following a significant decline in the number of daily infections in Bahrain. According to the source, the embassy will begin issuing visitor and tourist visas to France immediately after the end of the Eid al-Adha holiday. It comes after a suspension of entry to France that lasted for more than a year as a result of the COVID pandemic. The issuance of visas was limited to official delegations and those who have family there, and for students in France in a limited scope. The source stressed that full vaccination with the vaccines approved by the French health authorities is a prerequisite for issuing visas for those wishing to travel to France from Bahrain. The vaccines approved by the French health authorities, in line with the European Medicines Authority's recommendations, are Pfizer BioNTech, AstraZeneca's Covishield and Moderna, provided that 14 days have passed since taking the second dose. In the case of those who have taken a single-dose Johnson & Johnson vaccine, 4 weeks should have passed since taking it to make travelers from Bahrain become eligible to enter France. With that news, we come to the end of today's news updates. We shall be back every day at 7:30 p.m. with the daily news updates in English, so stay tuned. Good night.